All right. Thank you very much, Professor Lim, for agreeing to this interview. And so we're hoping you'll be able to give a short brief to the Part 2 candidates that will be taking the exam in a few weeks' time, or what to expect for the OSCE, actually.
Now, OSCE exam is a test of skills and communications. So first of all, I want to welcome all of you to this training that PC TOR has very graciously consented to organize. So I hope you will benefit from it. Now, concerning the OSCE, you need to have a good introduction and a good conclusion. So first of all, for the introduction, I would suggest that you introduce yourself and introduce your task and ask for permission to carry on. Get it out of the way and quickly go into the task of the OSCE station. You would have read the task in the instructions, for which you would be given 2 minutes to read, and you can actually scribble some notes as to what you need to do during this 7 minutes of the OSCE station. Make sure you cover every aspect and read the instructions very carefully. All the information provided in the instructions should be useful for your station. That means you pay attention to all the information given in the instructions to be used for the station itself. And at the end of the station, there's a conclusion. Now, a few words about communication skills. Ask open-ended questions. Don't ask leading questions, because this is not a courtroom. Open-ended questions do not require a yes or no answer. So you can ask them, how has your mood been? Have you had any problems with your sleep? How has your appetite been? And things like that. Don't ask multiple answers in one question. For example, how is your mood, sleep and appetite? It's like a multiple choice question. Paraphrase or summarize after every few sentences and then ask another question. Now, that's good technique. And if the person says that they feel very upset or they look upset, give an empathic statement. For example, you look very sad, or it must be very difficult on you. Show empathy, sit forward, lean forward, but don't get too carried away with the empathic stuff, because you need to pay attention to the task at hand. By 6 minutes, that means in the last 1 minute, there will be a signal, a knock on the door or a bell, to signal that you have 1 minute left. During this 1 minute, you need to wrap up things. You need to conclude. For example, you may want to schedule another appointment for the patient to come back or relative to come back, or you might want to ask them if they have any further questions. Usually, if you're on the right track and the surrogate actor also knows that time's up, they won't really question too much. So it's really for you to wrap things up nicely. Don't leave things hanging in the air. Don't ask a lot of new questions at the end of the 6 minutes, because you really have no time. You just have time for one question, wrap things up, tell them you want to see them again. Make it as though you are really going to see them, although you're not going to, but make an appointment for the next visit, something like that. So I wish you all the best.
Thank you very much, Professor.